Well, in Pittsburgh, first night means good friends, great music, and awesome fireworks. And this year, that party is crossing state lines because we're going to be taking you to Nashville, too, for the CBS Big Bash.
Yeah, I recently caught up with the host of that party, Bobby Bones, for the dish on what to expect. How is this different, being on the big stage for New Year's Eve live?
I mean, I get to bring the party to America. You know, so much of my career is either, I'm on TV showing how to do crazy stuff, or I'm on the radio talking about my life. But this is actually bringing, Nashville to the rest of the country. And, as you mentioned, Dolly Parton, there are so many country stars that are going to be a part of this. And I'm lucky enough that a lot of these artists are my friends, so which makes the dynamic a little easier. But Blake Shelton, Miranda Lambert, Jason Aldean, Brooks and Dunn, it's going to be Nashville at its finest, which is already known as a massive party city. And so when we add the music and, just the general positivity of as we move forward, into 2022, hopefully we're getting away from, a lot of what's happening with the pandemic. So we want to celebrate that on the air.
Yeah, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think you do live in Nashville. And from what I understand, you get a little bit of motion sickness. So no traveling for you, but how is this different? Because I've seen you on Dancing with the Stars. Do you prepare differently for this?
For this, it's a bit easier because I am doing this show from my backyard. Literally like 4 miles from my house, which is great. And I'm getting to do it with a lot of my best friends. A lot of these artists aren't just people that play music, but are people who I have dinner with on Tuesday night, or, I tour with. And so, it's great in that capacity. But again, it's just a different New Year's Eve show because, we're not in New York. Everybody doesn't want the same New York stuff over and over again. We are bringing the big party to America, and it's going to be 5 hours. It's the Big Bash. The first year we've done this on CBS, and we hope that people will watch and kind of have that same positive sentiment that we do.
And you mentioned some of the performers that will be there that night, and you guys have added some new additions to that lineup.
Oh yeah, and they keep adding them. I heard about a few more today they're adding, but Darius Rucker is going to perform. And I think one of the cool things that they've decided to do this year with the performances is, they'll have a lot of these artists that are massive stars, but they've invited the massive stars to bring on people that they love. And so Zach Brown Band will be playing. So again, it's going to be a lot of music, obviously a lot of fun. We'll celebrate what happened in 2021, but really it's about looking forward to 2022 and just, how great it's going to be once kind of the doors are slammed open and we can go back to living that life again.
Yeah, and I know, to me, you're a pretty funny guy. So do you think that that's going to come across on stage? And have you and Rachel Smith, have you guys worked together before?
I've been on Entertainment Tonight where she's interviewed me, but I don't know that we've ever worked together. So, but the cool thing about this is she's going to be in different parts of the city. There are so many stages where, downtown, there are all of the bars that are owned by country artists. She's in some of those while I'm in, the park at the big stage, and at the end we come together. So there are a lot of moving pieces. And at the same time, we're doing it separately, and we're also, at the end celebrating as the music note drops down.
Yeah, Bobby, I have to ask, do you have a New Year's Eve message or just a New Year's message for everyone?
My message would just be that, a lot of people make resolutions, and I think most people fail because we kind of have these unrealistic resolutions on how to better our life in some sort of macro way. My message to people generally would be just set a January resolution, because if you can get through a month, it's probably more than you were getting through anyway. And if you are able to do that and succeed, it actually motivates you to tackle February. You don't ever create a long journey through, long rides. It's through small steps. And so, I think that's my New Year's message, not just with that, but just metaphorically in life, in the year. Like every long journey, every new task you're taking on, it's really small steps to make the big things happen.
I love the way you think, Bobby. 1 month at a time. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, and thank you for having me on.
Okay, thank you so much. New Year's Eve live, Nashville Big Bash, December 31st, right here on CBS.
Yeah, and I love his attitude about resolutions. Just start out small.
He
That's
inspired
good.
me.
Yeah. Well, be sure to join us. Mikey and I will be hosting KDKA's live broadcast at 11 p.m. We'll also be joining Bobby Bones and Rachel Smith from Nashville.
I like the way you say Bobby Bones.